In April 2012, Moanataiari residents in Thames awoke to the news that their homes might be sitting on arsenic-contaminated soil.
In response to the crisis that the residents faced, many organisations and residents decided to gather everyone together to fix the issue through communication and problem solving.
But why and how did this become such a big problem?
In the 1860s, people used to mine for gold in Thames. It was a popular place to mine in the old days, and at one time it even had a bigger population than Auckland. Official figures for production recorded a yield of over 2 million ounces of gold, worth over $845 million in today's value.
Unfortunately, the global wars brought through gold mining have had negative consequences for the people living in Moanataiari today. Recently, a road in Moanataiari collapsed because of an abandoned mine shaft collapsing beneath the road. After the gold rush in Thames finished, the mine shafts were filled with waste rock and capped with untreated wood. Over time, the wood started to go mouldy a lot, and this makes it easier to break.
But what about all the arsenic? How did that get into Moanataiari in the first place?
Well, arsenic and gold are often related in hard rock gold mines, where gold often occurs as tiny blobs within a rock called arsenopyrite. Arsenic is a chemical found naturally in certain minerals, but is very toxic.
During gold mining, gold is removed and arsenic is left behind. Historically, arsenic was washed down the river and out to sea, but now people know better, and arsenic-bearing tailings are now stored in a tailing dam.
But when they mined in Thames, they would dump scraps and tailings which contained arsenic at a small wasteland on the edge of Thames.
Over time, this built up and eventually it rose from the sea and made the Moanataiari suburb of Thames. Arsenic from these tailings is still present in the soil today, so if you eat the soil or breathe in the dust, you can get very sick.
Testing has also shown higher arsenic and lead levels in the east side of Moanataiari rather than the west.
This confirms where tailings were originally dumped during the gold mining era.
So what tests have been done and how serious is the problem?
Recently, the Project Governance Group sent some soil samples to Golder Associates to measure the human health risk and bioavailability of arsenic in the soil. Basically, bioavailability measures how much arsenic your body will absorb and how much it would excrete if you were to eat the soil.
The trial results show that the material is not readily uptakeable by the body and therefore not as toxic as initially thought.
That's good news. So how have all these different groups worked together to work this arsenic issue out?
The governance group was formed by the Thames Coromandel District Council to help everyone communicate together as one.
Many important organisations are involved, such as the Ministry for Environment, Ministry of Health, Waikato District Health Board and Moanataiari residents. Moanataiari School was one of the worst hit places for media attention, so Board of Trustees Chairman Shane Bromley's first reaction was for the safety of the children.
We first knew about it, we had areas of bare soil, so we cordoned those off so the children couldn't play in them, and now we've got on board with the council, and the council have fixed up our gardens. The gardens was a big area for us at the school, and the playground where the children play around trees and that, which have all been covered up.
The school has just recently added hot water in the bathrooms as a precaution for the kids to wash their hands thoroughly after playing outside.
Remediation and management of the risk will help minimise or remove the potential for exposure to contaminated materials.
So the advice has been about the simple hygiene measures that people should be practicing anyway, which is keeping little children away from soil, covering the ground where children may be playing, and around vegetable gardens to wash their hands carefully, to wash all vegetables carefully.
The Council's main focus for the residents and the town is to provide a safe environment for everyone. They have been working hard to replace the contaminated soil.
Apart from the management plan, further remediation might include digging thick cap remediation, where we'll be digging out material and replacing it with clean material.
So if all these organisations pitch in and help for good community spirit, positive communication and following the right scientific plan,
they will help resolve this arsenic issue so Moanataiari can become an environmentally friendly place for future generations to come.